Today is the 27th of January 2014, a brand new week, and welcome to our lunchtime news bulletin. I'm Katrina Chang. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. 18 school children injured in a bus accident in Kakirava. Western nations are seeking to undermine communal harmony in Sri Lanka, a statement made by Minister Susil Premajanta. Eruptions at Mount Etna in Sicily. And now taking a look at those stories in detail. 18 school children have been injured in an accident involving a school bus in Teloyagama, Kakirava.
The school bus carrying children from the Ranajayapura Ranaviru settlement in Nipologama, Kakirava met with the accident at about 7:15 this morning. The driver had lost control of the bus, which had veered off the road and crashed into a tree and an electricity post. The injured students were admitted to the Kakirava Hospital and the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital. Our reporter says 3 of the students admitted to the Anuradhapura Hospital were in serious condition. The driver of the bus has been arrested in connection with the accident. The Kakirava police are carrying out further inquiries.
Minister Susil Premajanta claims that Western nations are attempting to undermine the harmony between different communities in Sri Lanka. The minister made this statement at the Kaduvela Representatives Conference of the United People's Freedom Alliance, which was held in Aturugiriya yesterday.
They level false allegations at us, saying that the humanitarian operation cost the lives of so many thousands of people. If the 12,000 who surrendered to us had been in the power of those Western nations that advise us, there wouldn't have been even a hair left of them. They were 12,000 LTTE cadres, not ordinary civilians. They ask us today why we did not file cases against them. They are planning to undermine and destroy our communal harmony. The opposition in our country too is acting on this agenda today. They have no attacks to level against us. They cannot say it is a government that is dividing the country. They cannot say it is a government that is selling the country. They cannot say it is a government that betrayed the country, and they cannot say it is a government that has weakened the country. They cannot say anything else, and therefore they are highlighting vices. Look at what they are talking about now. They are telling a story about narcotics. Since we hear of it and see it often, we think that the country is filling up with narcotics. But what is happening is that narcotics that were not seized before are being seized now.
The Sri Lanka Fire Brigade Fire Service Department have commenced a fire prevention week beginning today. The department announced that the main aim of this program is to create awareness among vendors in Colombo. Meanwhile, fires were also reported in several areas yesterday. A fire which occurred last evening in close proximity to the Norton Bridge in the Diagala area in Hatton was doused with the help of area residents and the Ginigathena police. A fire also erupted in the Hantana Reserve last evening. The Kandy Fire Brigade was also able to douse the fire last night. However, the cause of the fire has not been ascertained. Meanwhile, another fire was reported from the Muthurajavela Reserve last evening. The fire department stated that due to its location, there was difficulty in containing the fire. Minister of Wildlife Resource Conservation Vijit Vijayamunizoisa engaged in an inspection tour of the Nilgala forest yesterday.
A group including villagers and forest conservation and wildlife officials accompanied the minister on this inspection tour, which commenced from the Kotovovo Reserve Office in Bibila of the Department of Wildlife Conservation. The group including the minister witnessed the destruction that has taken place inside the forest.
1,000 hectares have been cleared annually for about 20 years now. This is continued unabated. This has arisen once again in a minor way over about 6 hectares. This is happening in an area that comes under the purview of the Forest Conservation Department. I had submitted to Parliament details of the area and of the trees there, and it was recorded in the Hansard. This has been brought under control. Forest conservation officials and those in the department are working to ensure that the forest is allowed to grow back naturally.
වන සංරක්ෂණ නිලධාරී ඇතුළු ඒ දෙපාර්තමේන්තුව අය ක්‍රියා කරන්න කටයුතු කරනවා.
Doctors in the Polonnaruwa district have launched a token strike.
Coordinator of the Polonnaruwa district branch of the Government Medical Officers Association, Dr. Sanjeev Amarasinghe, said the strike was launched to demand that inquiries into indisciplinary actions of the former Administrative Public Health Inspector in Hinguragoda be made more vigorous. He added that all doctors at public hospitals in the Polonnaruwa district are participating in the strike. Dr. Amarasinghe, however, noted that essential services at hospitals are functioning in spite of the strike.
ගොඩක් ඉතින් අපහසුතාවයට තමයි මේ පත් වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ආපහු යන්න තමයි මේ බලාපොරොත්තු තියෙන්නේ.
මොනවා කරන්නද අනේ මන් දන්නේ. ඉතින් ආපහු ගෙදර යන්න තමයි වෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ඔව් සල්ලි වලට ගන්න සල්ලි තියෙන්න එපා.
A mothers' organization in Polonnaruwa staged a demonstration today.
The protest was staged in the premises opposite the Polonnaruwa Urban Council. The protest was organized by a group of mothers who were or are obtaining the services of family health workers.
Midwives are very important. They have years of experience in birthing children and they're very knowledgeable. We want these experienced women to care for us, not the others. The midwife is very helpful. She has years of experience. She comes home and teaches us how to care for newborns, what medicines we should give them, and their nutrition needs. We need them.
Meanwhile, Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa says that education in Sri Lanka is at a high standard. He made this statement at an event held in Minuwangoda yesterday.
The event was organized to declare open the Minuwangoda Zonal Education Office. The building, which is complete with modern facilities and amenities, was constructed at a cost of 262 million rupees.
අද ලෝකයේ ප්‍රාථමික අධ්‍යාපන පැත්තෙන් විශ්වවිද්‍යාල අධ්‍යාපනය දක්වා
When you consider education from the primary level to the university level in the world today, Sri Lanka has a very high standard. We can say with pride that if you pass the ordinary levels and advanced levels in Sri Lanka, those marks, those scores will be accepted anywhere in the world.
පිළිගන්න තත්ත්වයකට තියෙන බව අපි ආඩම්බරෙන් සඳහන් කරනවා.
Medicinal drugs worth over 500,000 rupees have been seized following a raid at an unauthorized drug storage facility in Kundasale, Kandy. Dr. Hemantha Benaragama, the chairman of the Cosmetic Devices and Drugs Regulatory Authority, said the raid was carried out last night based on a tip-off. Dr. Benaragama said the owner of the house where the drugs were being stored had been issuing medication without a pharmacist.
There was no pharmacist. He had been running this operation out of his house. It is illegal under the Drug Act to store pharmaceuticals without the supervision of a pharmacist. Our officials have taken custody of all pharmaceuticals at the location. These were not being stored in ideal conditions away from dust and heat. We will be initiating legal action against this person. If members of the public lodge complaints with us regarding such matters, even anonymously, then we will conduct investigations and take action.
The first test encounter between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh is currently underway at the Sher Bangla National Stadium. The Sri Lankan seamers made early inroads, dismissing the Bangladesh top order before lunch. Put into bat, Bangladesh got off to an inauspicious start, losing Tamim Iqbal for just 6 runs. Marshall Ayub's stay at the crease lasted only 6 deliveries as he was trapped in front by captain Angelo Matthew for just 1 run. Debutant Shamsul Rehman managed to score 33 runs before becoming Shaminder Ranga's second wicket of the day. Bangladeshi batting woes continues as Mominul Haq was dismissed cheaply off the bowling of Surangal Akmal.
Probably, yeah, it's given him.
And now moving on to some other sports news. South Africa beat New Zealand 14-7 in the Cup final Well, on that note, we come to conclude our lunchtime news. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Katharina Chang. Have a pleasant day ahead.